So people always ask us, what's some of the most mind-blowing things that you've seen in your travels?
So we put together a little video of some of our most crazy and cool things that we've experienced. We thought we'd share with you guys.
Let's get this list started off in London. Number 1, honey, was this experience crazy or cool?
We label this one crazy.
Crazy. So we're in London on a river cruise down the Thames River, and we're enjoying it, and it's great. We're enjoying the sights, and we look up, and lo and behold, there is a woman standing on the edge of the Tower Bridge, threatening to jump off and commit suicide.
We were not expecting that, obviously. No one does. It was just like, what is going on? What do the tourists do? Take out their cameras.
They take out their, start filming everything.
Luckily, thankfully, that woman, they were able to talk her down. You know, it ended there. Number 2, scuba diving in Jamaica.
Yes.
Crazy or cool?
This one was definitely cool. Prior to this experience, all I'd ever done was snorkeling. I think that's the most extreme I'd ever gotten. So we decided to do some scuba diving in Jamaica while we were there on our honeymoon. And this was easily one of the greatest experiences of our lives.
What an experience. That was nothing short of absolutely amazing.
And it's really funny actually, because before you do it, you have to practice in a swimming pool. That part in itself could be a whole nother number to this list right now, because it was so hard for me to get out of my head and like, Jamie, stay underwater. Use your equipment to breathe underwater. Because your natural inclination as a human, oh, I'm underwater, I need to breathe, get it out of water, right? Stand up. And our instructor though, he was just like, get out of your head, like stop thinking about it, you know? And it was the most challenging thing, I tell you. He was like a pro right away, okay?
In the pool. In
the pool. So we go out on the boat, Coleman jumps in, and it wasn't until that point that all the nerves set in for him, right?
Jamie jumps right in the water and she takes off and gets down and is doing great. And I am struggling. All of my expertise in the pool just vanished immediately. The waves are moving, I'm getting tossed and buffeted. My ears are starting to ping as we go deeper, and I'm clinging to the rope like I can barely breathe. It took me a good 5 minutes before I finally relaxed, and the instructor came and was like, let go of the rope, Coleman. And I was able to go down and finally join Jamie on the bottom. The water in Jamaica goes without say. It's just crystal clear, beautiful blue water. The sea life was just incredible. You're overwhelmed by the power and the majesty of the ocean. The sheer size of it was
like, you look around and you're just surrounded by water, you know?
I've never seen that much water in one place at one time.
No, and I think we went like 30 or 40 feet down, and like, you look up, right? And you're like, it's a journey to get back to the surface, and it's just, it's amazing. Like, you're so small, you know, compared to the rest of the ocean.
Yeah, and 30 to 40 feet is not even that deep of a dive for experts, but it's deep enough to really be in a completely different world. And that's what scuba diving is. It's like you enter a completely different world. Number 3, and staying in Jamaica. Is this crazy or cool?
What is it?
Cliff jumping in Jamaica.
I think it is cool.
It was cool. When we first decided to go to Rick's Cafe, and they offered cliff jumping there, and it's about 3 stories high, the cliff.
Rick's Cafe, take a look around. It's beautiful. A cliffside bar and restaurant here in Negril, Jamaica. Beautiful. So if you look down there, we're gonna take a hop right off of that ledge there. And then after that, we're gonna take a hop off of this big boy here. It goes all the way down. So this is the ledge that we are going to be jumping from, the small one, as you can see. And then up higher at 35 feet is the big boy. Even higher is where the pros jump from. We're not touching that one. We're not doing that. But we're gonna get it done because we didn't come all the way to Jamaica to not get it done. So stay tuned.
Then we were all gung-ho for it, and then we got there, and
The nerves kicked in.
And I got to the edge of the cliff and looked down and thought to myself, you idiot, how stupid, what are you doing up here? Why did you ever, decide to do this? And so I backed away from the cliff and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. And lo and behold, two 12-year-old girls ran up and jumped off, and then that's when I was like, all right, now I gotta do this for sure. So I jump off the cliff, the high part, and it's Jamie's turn to go, and her journey was just a little bit more complicated.
It sounds fun. It sounds like a great idea. And I'm down on the little ledges, jumping and practicing, no big deal. But you get up there and it like your stomach drops,
Yeah. Jamie right now is attempting to jump from this height, which is a very high cliff, as you can see, where the rocks crash down. For the record, Jamie jumped to 25 feet. Now she's attempting a 35-foot jump. She can do it. She's experiencing some serious trepidation right now, rightfully so, but she got this. You got this. Once you take off, there's no turning back. Don't look, jump. You got it. It's hard right now.
Jumped, and I did it. When I smacked the water, I actually ended up, my whole backside was bruised. I couldn't even sit down. So, comes with its price.
Yeah. And we understand that, these things may not be adventurous for you real daredevils out there, but for us mere mortals, these things are mind-blowing.
Number 4.
Number 4.
This happened in Hong Kong.
All the way in Hong Kong this time.
So do you think it was crazy or cool?
This one was definitely crazy.
Yeah, there's nothing cool about this.
And let me give just a graphic warning for all those that are watching. If you have queasy stomachs, fast forward to the video right now. We're in Hong Kong, walking in Kowloon in a small neighborhood, and we come across these street butchers. And these guys were incredible. They were chopping up fish with their cleavers, and we decided, let's sit and watch. It was pretty fascinating. And these guys were cutting up fish so clean and so fast that you could literally see the fish sliced in half, and the heart was still beating.
The heart's still beating. That thing's still, whoa. They don't get any fresher than that. Wow.
Right down the middle.
That's impressive.
Leave the heartbeat while you do it.
That's amazing. Over here too. That's amazing.
Oh my god. Just on the table. It was crazy.
Yeah, mind blowing.
And numero 5.
Yes.
This took place in Africa.
Africa. We were in Africa and we were visiting friends, and they decided to sing for us. And they sang us this song with these beautiful, harmonious African melodies, an experience that we will never forget.
Let me just show you a few things.
And my mother was actually there. She's the one that took the video. It was just one of those great African experiences. It's cool.
So it's cool, not crazy.
Yes. For number 6, we're going to Turkey. In fact, we're going to Cappadocia. Honey, was this one crazy or cool?
1,000 times cool. So, hot air ballooning in Cappadocia. And what's really, really cool about this was that when we went up in the air, there were over 150 balloons in the air at the same time.
Where are we? Hot air balloon time.
Getting ready for takeoff.
We have liftoff.
Now, Cappadocia, for those of you that don't know, the buildings are all carved out of caves. And so being there is surreal because you don't see buildings like that every day. And hot air balloon ride anywhere is pretty cool. It's always been on my bucket list, but going over Cappadocia, deep into the valleys, up over these cave buildings, it was incredible.
Yeah.
The idea might seem a little frightening for some people, but when you're up there, you don't feel shaky or scared at all.
How long you been flying? This is my first day. First flight. I knew that joke was coming. I knew it. I knew it was coming.
It was just a really cool experience.
It's a very, very relaxing ride. That's for sure.
Yes.
It's a nice, slow pace where you get to just take in the surroundings and enjoy it.
You have to do a hot air balloon.
Yep. And the cool thing
Have
about ours is when we landed, they set a table up and they brought some champagne and we toasted to a safe landing.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
1, 2, and 3.
Woo!
Safe landing.
Safe landings.
For number 7, we're going all the way back to Her Majesty's London. This one crazy or cool?
Crazy.
This one is
It's kind of a trick question, you know, because depending on the person, some people.
No, this is crazy.
I just mean in general. Some people might think something's cool.
There's nothing
Yeah.
cool about this. I'm sorry. This is
No.
backwards. I have
It's a little annoying.
You might say I have a bias here, but because I'm an American, but I don't. All right, what is it, honey?
Driving on the right side of the road.
Yes.
Right side.
No,
of
the left side.
The left side. Yes, I think you're right. We might be biased to this. And it's more out of habit and what we're used to, but for us, it was crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
Jamie's getting a tutorial on how to drive. She's driving from the passenger seat because we're in England.
Yes. Now, not to say the idea is crazy, because if you live in a country where they drive on the left side of the road, yes, you're used to it. But I guess we should call this driving on the opposite side of the road.
I'm gonna call it driving on the wrong side of the road.
This was making us step out of our comfort zone.
She's driving on the wrong side of the road.
This is such a challenge.
And she's driving from the passenger seat.
Like even the seat belts buckled, like pulled over from the opposite angles.
Yeah, it's weird. The seatbelts even are on the opposite side. You don't pull them left to right. Anyway.
You definitely adjust. About 30 minutes in, I was good to go. I was fine.
And we saw a lot of tourists that were stepping out into the road and they weren't used to looking to their right when they're crossing the street as opposed to looking to their left. And we even saw a guy pretty much almost get taken out as he was coming across the crosswalk.
Last but definitely not least, we have number 8. This took place in Switzerland. Honey, crazy or cool?
This was definitely cool. We're gonna end it on a good note. This was absolutely cool, and that is being in the Swiss Alps. Majestic. One of the most beautiful places that we've ever stepped foot on in God's green earth. The villages, charming, the snow-peaked mountains, the green. I mean, it was one of a kind. It's a place that I always dreamed of going to since the time that I was pretty young, and going there, it did not disappoint. It lived up to the billing. A place that we recommend all travelers that are going to be in Switzerland.
You can actually see more of this in our Switzerland video.
Yes.
We'll attach the link right here.
So that's just 8 of the mind-blowing things that we've experienced on our travels, both crazy and cool. We do have many more, and we will post another video, a part 2 to this, Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to more content from abroad with the Burrells as you come with our family across this beautiful world. Remember, get out there, make it happen,
And have fun.
have fun.
Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.